Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Morning, Jack.
Good morning.
Jim, how's the weather up there in Elk Grove?
Not terrible. 68 or so this morning. You know, we'll have a scorching high of about 93 today. So that sounds miserable to you Arizona people.
Everyone raise your hand. Let's take a vote if we should just kick Jim off the call. All right, there's one vote. Anyone second the vote? All right, Jack, you can second your own vote. I'm good with it.
but it's a dry heat.
Good morning, everyone. Let's start our day off again, shall we? It is Thursday. I love seeing faces and not just the static ones that you put in your silly little profile pics. So turn your cameras on. Let me see your beautiful faces. We're going to start our day off like we start every day off, and that's with a moment of gratitude. What are you thankful for today? I'm thankful for the fact that Jim's picture just froze with his dog in the background. That was the best.
Make the transition from cellular to Wi-Fi.
Gotta love it. All right, guys. What are you thankful for? Come on.
Closing a home. My first time being at Keller Williams yesterday.
Congratulations, Miss Audra. That's exciting. Two more. Come on. Don't. I know you got something to be thankful for.
I'm thankful for you guys. I mean, I'm been here 2 months and it's only been getting more exciting. So I'm going to Shadow an open house today and tomorrow. So trying to get out there.
I love that. One more thing. Be thankful. The attitude of gratitude is the one of the best to change your altitude. I will pick on you.
I'll do it. I signed up for Ignite coming up.
Go.
So that starts on the 18th. And then I also got registered finally for family reunion, officially registered last night. So I'm like, yay. Just checked it off the list. So I'm excited to go.
Love that. Do you feel better now that you've shared some gratitude? The rest of you that are on the call listening or driving to work or laying in bed or being so lazy you can't turn your camera on, I want you to hear these words crystal clear. When you have the attitude of gratitude and you are focused in on things that you are thankful for, self-doubt, negativity, grief, stress, and every other known negative emotion cannot be present. Humans are extremely complex creatures, would you agree? However, our minds can only hold one emotion at a time. I have never seen somebody that was stressed out and happy. I've never seen somebody who was anxious and excited. I've never seen somebody being depressed and laughing. Emotions take the form of whatever you want them to. If you've had a rough morning, take a second. Find something you're thankful for. And it could be as simple as, man, I'm thankful that my shirt still fits my big ass. Or you know what? I'm thankful my dog didn't poop on the floor this morning. I can't be mad. I can't be upset. I can't be stressed out if I'm thankful. The attitude of gratitude will help change your mindset. So write it down every morning. What are you thankful for? Have a gratitude journal. You want to take a step further? Send a text message to 3 people you're thankful for every morning. I want to shout out to Jim. Jim sent me something of great value this morning. I read, dropping my kids off to work. Off to work. And I read it was a pretty fantastic thing. It's simple like that. Even something you found of value and you sent it off. It's clearly Jim, you know, our relationship is solid. He's like, hey, I think Dan liked this. Send it. Love it. So take a moment, write down what you're thankful for, or send a text message to a couple people you're thankful for. Blow their mind. Send a text. Hey, just want to say I'm thankful for you. You're awesome. High five. And see what it does to your day. Okay. And if you didn't write that down, you didn't listen to the words I said, you are wasting your time. There you go, Cheryl. Because the thing is I take note of who's on the call every day. Do you guys know that? I take kind of a roster. I look around, see who's here. I see who's got their camera on. I take note of who's actually participating. And the funny thing is the people I hear from the most are the ones that are telling me that they got closings. They got new people under contract. They got new sellers. How you show up here is how you show up in your business. And if you're not willing to show up for yourself in an environment that is safe, I put safe on quotations because I'm going to make fun of you. I'm going to pick on you. But that's what big brothers do. If you won't show up for an environment like this, then how are you going to act in the real world, out there in the wild? when the big, bad, mean, scary buyers and sellers are actually out there. They're going to hurt your itty-witty feelings. No, because you're probably not going to do it. You're not going to show up for yourself out there either. If you don't show up for the places you practice to get better, how are you going to show up on game day? If you don't take the time to refine your activities and get better at what you're doing, you're always just going to be figuring it out. I want you all to think about something you struggled to do early in your life that now you do pretty easily. Can anyone tell me something like that? What is something you struggled to do, but now comes second nature to you?
I don't want to take up the time, but I'm an introvert person, and I can speak to people. I love meeting people.
There you go. Getting out of her shell to talk to people. That's something you got to work on. Let me make it a little simpler for you. Something that you struggled to do early in your life that you can do real well now. Can anyone tell me? How about walking? Do you even remember when you were not good at walking? No. But you're pretty damn good at it now, aren't you? Everybody has learned something in their life that was hard for them at the start. I have never met somebody who is naturally good at walking. They got to figure that shit out. Just like real estate and being a baby. You're new at this. You don't have your real estate legs. You got to keep walking, figuring it out, tripping and falling, holding on to the table. Hello, my name is Dan. I'm a table. Hold on to me. Because until you get the legs underneath you, how can you stand on your own? This morning environment is built for you to find those legs, to find that stability, so that you have the confidence to go running across the living room, go running in the wild, go run and door knocking, go start fundraising and asking people for their money and business. But if you're not going to challenge yourself in a safe environment where people are here to help you up and down, then I fear for your success in the world, because you're going to have to figure it out. And there is nothing more terrifying to me than people figuring it out alone. There's resources, there's support, there's communities, there is everything you need to be successful. You have to plug into them. You joined Keller Williams because you believed in us. You joined Keller Williams because you believed in the training and you believed in the support and you believed in the environment. But if you're unwilling to lean into that environment, who are you really shortchanging? Exactly. Nina says me. Yourself. Not that you don't matter to me, but I'll have 100 different faces on this call over the years. I remember most of them. Most of them I can't see because the cameras are still off. It's the fourth time I've said something. But that's okay, because I know who's going to show up for themselves and I know who's going to start making business happen.
I've had agents say that they have their cameras off because they're taking kids to school and all that stuff. I'm like, cool, turn the camera on. We'll all laugh at your kids.
Yeah, doesn't matter to me. Giovanni's in a work truck, driving somewhere. He's got his camera on.
I'm glad you brought this subject up, because it's been a problem of mine. I kind of do everything myself. I put too much on my plate and I don't ask for help. And yeah, leaning on my support system it's hard for me. So you bringing it up today is kind of reinforcing the fact that I need to do it, because I am doing it alone, and that's by my choice. But you know, I need to, I guess, feel comfortable reaching out and trusting in you guys, especially my coaches. So
it is a really big hurdle, John. Thank you for saying that. You have to give trust, and trust is not something that is easily attained. You have to learn. You have to earn. You will learn to trust me when you give me the opportunity to help you. Until then, you're skeptical. It's not until the moment you need my help and I show up for you does that trust anchor in. How many of you have called me and needed help and I wasn't there? How many times have you shown up on this morning call and I just didn't show up? So you can trust that the support is going to be there. Not only do you have myself, but you have Jim, you have Shannon, you have Mara, senior leads in this call, other coaches. Mara is one of my mentors when it comes to compassion, because she is the complete opposite of me when it comes to dealing with people. I am a sledgehammer, not even a velvet hammer. So I've learned compassion. I've learned grace. I've learned a little bit of patience from her, and I'm still learning. There is all kinds of support around you. And if you're not going to plug into it, then I fear for you. I don't want to get on a soapbox and talk about something that's polarizing, but I see people in desperation. the unhoused, people that are in destitute situations, people that are just waiting for a handout. I've known people in those worlds, and they all share a characteristic that is unwilling to help themselves. They're waiting for someone else to do it. My mom grew up homeless. There was a time that I had nowhere to go. So I know how that feels to not trust people to help, and you do it all on your own. But I can tell you that I didn't get here by myself. I sure as hell wouldn't be here if I was still that guy. The people that I surround myself with are people that I can rely on and that rely on me. They're my sphere, my circle, my support. But if I don't show up to them, they don't know how to help me. If I don't ask them, I don't know how to help them. You will not burden somebody when you're asking for support. I know this isn't much of a scripting environment right now, but this is the reality of your business is you have to lean in. You got to show up to the movie before you can make criticisms about it. If you need help, raise your hand. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. I am vulnerable enough to tell you what I need. If I'm struggling and I am choosing not to find help, then it's my fault. If you're not finding the deals that you want, you don't have the closings that you want, you don't have the environment you want, and it's all been offered to you, then you have made the choice clearly to fail yourself. Because nobody on this call got a paycheck from me to start your real estate career. Nobody on this call paid anybody to start their real estate career except for themselves. And sometimes you've invested, I don't know how much California is, but I know in Arizona it's about $2,500 total from school to licensed.
That's fair.
$2,500 is not a ton of money unless you don't have any. So if you've spent $2,500 on yourself, are you just going to give up? No, you better go plug into these environments. It's like those jay-offs that drive these super expensive luxury cars in the slow lane. Nothing more infuriating to me than somebody who's driving a Ferrari 5 mile an hour under the speed limit. You spent all that money, put it to use. You're part of Keller Williams, a huge environment, which gives you tons of resources. Put it to use. But environments like this on our scripting calls, on our practice calls, on our training classes, and our coaching events, and our team meetings, and our sales meetings, all of the events that are offered to you, if you show up with the attitude of gratitude, meaning I'm here because I'm thankful for the environment that I'm here, do you think your mind's going to be open to receiving something? What are the odds that you're going to pick up one piece of information that you can go put into use of your business right this minute? I read books. I read lots of books. So I've got books on my desk. I got books on my counter. I got books at home. I don't read a book to change my life. I read a book to get one piece of information that makes my life easier. Maybe it's a book on time management to free up some time. Maybe it's a book on mindset to help me challenge my own demons. Maybe it's a book on mentorship so I can learn how to help people better. But I'm looking for one piece of information, and that's what I find value in an entire 300-page book. It could be one sentence that triggers a change in my mind. It might be one aspect of a morning script call. Like we revised this call it Rise and Thrive. It might be one word. It might be one sentence. It might be one thing that you got a question answered on that changes the entire outcome of your business. But if you're not open to it, it's going to bounce off your forehead like a V8 commercial. Some of the older people on the call know what I'm talking about. Could have had a V8. Bringing back some nostalgia now. Eric's all, what the hell's a V8? Google it. So I know I'm being preachy today. I know I'm being a little bit more intense than I typically am. But what Jim sent me triggered me this morning. It really did. Are you showing up to the things that you have access to? Are you showing up for your business? Are you doing things exactly as they're prescribed to you? Or are you being creative about it? Are you going out there and you're doing it your own way and you're figuring it out? A lot of you are currently recreating recipes that are already refined. We're baking this nice cake of success. Quit adding shit. You don't need special flour. You don't need, rare strawberries. What you need is just to put the ingredients in the order they're supposed to be. It's called a process. We had a team meeting the other day where we learned the importance of process through a simple game of doing puzzles. And it showcased that if you don't have a process, you're still figuring it out. When you wake up in the morning with something to do, is it a lot easier to figure out your day? I have a plan. I know what I need to get accomplished. I know what energy I need to expel and what time I need to be there. Versus when you wake up in the morning, you have no idea what you want to do until you feel like it. Raise your hand if you've ever felt like doing hard work. Nobody's ever woke up feeling like wanted to do
farm.
hard work.
It wasn't a choice.
Yeah, you had to, so you just did it. But if the choice was given to you, do the hard work or not do the hard work, what are you going to choose? I'm good. No thanks. I'd rather not. The difference being is when you're working towards something like a task or yard work or remodeling a house, it's working towards something. Because you have a prescriptive goal. You have something you're working for, working towards. And if you don't know how to do it, you ask questions. You go to YouTube, you Google it. How many of you have gone on YouTube to figure out how to do something and watched a video and said, oh, okay, that's... I made a post about 10 years ago and I was dead serious about trying as I bet I could Google myself through med school. My wife, who is a nurse, and her mom, who is a doctor, did not like that, but they agreed. But you took it upon yourself to get information, right? You had something you didn't know. You researched it to figure it out. Did you figure it out on your own? Or did you just plug buttons and poke wires in and cut things? No, you went to a resource, an expert, to figure it out faster. Welcome to the resource, my friends. Hi, my name is Dan Caldwell. I've been part of thousands of transactions. This is Jim. He's one of the top agents in California. This is Shannon's on here somewhere. That's Shannon. She's in Northern Arizona. She does all the work. She helps run a team too. Each one of us has a genius. If I wanted to learn how to deal with high-end billionaire clients and how they interact, I'm actually going to go to Jack. Because Jack is from an environment that he deals with the super hyper wealthy and how they work. You can learn something from everybody, but you have to be open to it. And if you're closed-minded, lean into gratitude. Man, I'm thankful for each and every one of you. I'm super thankful when you put your cameras on and I get to see your faces because I learn what works by the simple things that you do on camera. And the funny thing is a lot of you are shaking your head and you don't even know why. It's because I'm shaking my head. That tells me you're listening and paying attention. I'm teaching you how to help your clients by showing you as a model. Yes, I'm a model, I know. No, I'm modeling the behavior for you. I'm showing you how to interact with people. I'm teaching you the words to use. I'm controlling your mindset in an environment that allows you to build a better bunker. Because trust me when I say the world is out to get you. When shit goes wrong, doesn't it seem to all go wrong, right? I had a bag of snacks that was created for me. Here's my bag of snacks. This bag of snacks was in my daughter's room this morning. Because when we went and packed my bag of snacks for the office the other day, we couldn't find it. We found it in my daughter's room. Trust me when I say the world's out to get you. It even hid my friggin' snacks. But I was thankful because then I eat all the snacks. But all it took was me taking a moment to breathe. Instead of trying to figure it out on my own, I said, babe, where are the snacks that you packed for me? She goes, they're in the pantry. If they're not in the pantry, check Sammy's room. And in my frustrated state this morning, I didn't think about checking Sammy's room. I went in the pantry. They're not freaking there. So my brain shuts down and I go, no snacks today. But I leaned into someone else. I was open to some support. So don't do this shit on your own. Remember this sentence. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I can't tell you how far you're going to go when you go fast. I can just say you're going to go fast. You're going to go fast. But the fastest cars in this world only go about a quarter mile. They go there real fast, though. How much work are you going to get done in 1,380 feet? But airplanes carry a lot of people, go a long ways. So, Joanne, I hope that helps you kind of lean in. Don't stress over asking questions. I speak for myself and any coach in my employ and any coach in my environment. That includes ALC members, senior leads, top agents, and everything. You're not bugging us when you ask a question. That's our culture. You're not going to bug anybody by asking for help. You're not wasting our time in the morning here if you say, hey, Dan, can we talk about this? Because I guarantee one of the 15 people that don't have their camera on in the morning are too afraid to ask that question. And they're going to be so thankful that you were brave enough to do so.
I got about 4 buyer broker calls yesterday after our conversation.
There we go. It creates the conversations. One of the things is that we have a syndrome, it's called imposter syndrome, where we've done 3, 4, 5, maybe even 10 deals, and we should know this stuff. We come across something we don't know, and we stress out, we freak out like, oh, they're going to think I'm an idiot by asking this question because this is something I should know. No, the number one reason people get sued in real estate is for giving the wrong information. My realtor told me this and it was wrong. Non-disclosure. So if you don't know, ask questions. If you're unsure, ask questions. I don't care if it's your first deal, your 100th deal, your 1,000,000th deal. Ask questions. Do not let the imposter syndrome kick up and say, well, if you tell them that, they're going to know that you've been lying this whole time and you really don't know what you're talking about. No. Gain clarity. Jim put it in the chat. It's actually better. We actually think you're an idiot if you don't ask and screw it up. Because one of the dumbest things I come encounter with all the time is people that choose to fail. My God. I believe real estate is an environment you can't fail in. You got to give up. If you continually move forward and talk to people and create conversations and create relationships and do everything that is prescribed in these amazing books of resource, I don't know if you ever heard of this one or not, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. It's not just like it's one millionaire. It's a group of millionaires that were researched to create this reference guide. Reference guide, a recipe. This is your YouTube on how to be successful in real estate. When was the last time you opened it? When was the last time you read it? Have you ever read it? Have you never seen this book before in your life? There are thousands and thousands and thousands of references in this world that you can rely on, that you can look after, that you can lean into. But I want you to scrutinize them, because not everybody that you're following, watching, or listening to has the same lifestyle that you do, has the same environment that you do, has the same essence that you do, or natural abilities. So look at multiples, pin them together, see what matches, work, and be thankful you have the opportunity to create those networks. Cheryl said she has the MRE book ordered, but ordered the reference guide after seeing it on this Zoom. That's awesome. I saw that, Jamie, did you have your Spiral Bound, or did you get the leadership one? You got a Spiral Bound?
Yeah, I'm on mute. Yeah, I got it Spiral Bound. Yeah, you can take it to like Office Max or whatever, and they'll bind it for you. Makes it easier.
What'd that cost you?
Honestly, I don't remember. Probably like $20 maybe.
$20. So you can get a book on Amazon for $10, $15. Go get a Spiral Bound for $20, probably less than that. You can go to kellerinc.com and order the one we call the leadership version. It's Spiral Bound and tabulated. But just having it doesn't solve your problems. You got to open it up. You got to participate in it. Just like this morning call, you got to open up and participate. You got to ask questions. You got to get involved. You got to get engaged. It is Thursday. You are walking into the weekend, and the weekend is the best thing. Not only that, today is the last day of August, which means per real estate rules, we're 90 days out. What is 90 days from now? We're into December, baby. This year is almost over. So if we hit the ground right now, we start doing stuff right now that's going to put us in a better position to make more money, what's that going to do for your 2024?
You start off real good.
Real good. Anyone ever been on a roller coaster that like takes a long time to climb, and then all of a sudden it breaks and then it's real fast the rest of the ride? I want you to think about the next 4 months as that long climb. Every click, every step, every wheel turn, every engagement you have, every conversation you have, get you further and further up that hill until it's finally going to crest over, and you're going to have a roller coaster ride the rest of the way. It's going to be fast. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be all kinds of business, but it's not going to be there unless you lean into your business and you start putting the effort in today. So go to that team meeting, go to that training, show up with the intent of taking away a piece of value to put into your business. Can I call on you to do that? So when I ask tomorrow what you're thankful for, am I going to have to pull teeth to get you to tell me? Damn it, I will make you successful. All you got to do is follow. Do you believe it? I have a track record of putting people on the pay scale. If I had a check mark on every check that came in because of me, we would run out of ink. And it makes me proud to see you change your life. So go make more money. Go do something crazy like, I don't know, call somebody you should have called yesterday and lean in. Remember that. You got to lean in. You can't fail forward if you're leaning backwards. Until tomorrow, my friends, I'm going to see you. I'm going to love on you. If you need me, I'm here. Big high five.